Chapter 5. Dear esteemed students, today we'll begin brainstorming for our egg drop challenge. You'll all work cooperatively as table groups to devise a way to protect your eggs. Be scientists and engineers. Guidelines for the egg drop challenge. Package your egg with any materials you'd like. Egg goes in box, along with whatever else. Egg must be raw. Ms. Graham will drop egg container off roof. Whichever eggs are unbroken after the fall win. Failure to follow these guidelines means immediate disqualification. Sharon. No matter how smart we all think we are, and no matter how hard we try to cushion our eggs, some of them are gonna crack. I know I said I didn't care what other kids think, but that's not completely true. There's a teeny tiny part of me that cares a whole lot. Do you know how many letters I've written to other kids? 7. Do you know how many letters I've gotten in my mailbox? That'd be a big, fat 0. Why? If I was an egg, there'd be hairline cracks along my sides. Every time I get hurt feelings, another crack zigzags across my smooth, hard shell. Kai. Hey, Frog. Yesterday, I brought my journal home. I wanted to work out some measurements for our egg drop. Only, when I opened it, I realized I'd grabbed the wrong book. I had Blake's instead. I swear I didn't look. Well, I didn't look on purpose. I flipped through it, and it took a few seconds to figure out I had the wrong one. We both have the exact same marbled cover. By then, I'd seen a couple of pages. I didn't realize what a great artist he is. When I brought it back this morning, all of a sudden I started stressing. Maybe I'd get in trouble for taking his journal, so I was real careful about how I dropped it back in the lockbox. I slid it under my shirt and walked over there on my way to get a drink of water. I dropped it in quick. Nobody saw. Side note, the key to the egg drop challenge is suspension. In order for the egg not to break, it can't feel the impact. The other teams are all trying to cushion the egg, but I've got a strategy to string the egg into the center of the box suspended. I'll use a pair of my mom's nylon stockings and put the egg inside. I'll twist and tie the ends so that it stays secure, and then suspend it in the box. When the box hits the ground, the nylon will rebound up and down, but not enough for it to bang into the bottom of the box. The egg won't be jolted, it'll just be a gentle impact. It's my theory, anyway. I'm usually not a big supporter of class projects. Boring. But I'm totally getting into this one. I even spent time last night working on this at home. P.S. Now Ms. Graham's giving me a stack of new books every week. Not all fantasy, though. She's sneaking in realistic fiction, too. Today I'm reading The Crossover, and it's the kind of book I want to read out loud because it's filled up with poetry that sounds like music. Blake. Math test today. Kermit escaped! Pring. Blake, can I talk to you? Henry. Scene. Henry circles the room, recording with his phone camera. Ms. Graham grades a mountain of papers. Team A. Foam packing peanuts? Henry, from behind camera, whispers to self, good idea. Team B. What if we suspend it with nylon or something? Henry. Ooh, better idea. Aviva, quietly. Are you recording them? Henry. No, I'm holding this camera up beside my body all sly because I'm not recording them. Aviva. Turn it off. We could get in trouble. Henry. This is purely for research. There's no rule against researching. Kaylee hisses. Shut up, Aviva. You're such a baby. I told him to do that. We need to know what we're up against. Aviva. Quiet. Kaylee walks away. Aviva. I was thinking we could use hay. Henry puts camera down. Good idea. That might work. I'll turn the camera off if it makes you feel weird. I was just joking around. Aviva. Thanks. We can come up with our own idea. We don't need anyone else's. Henry. True. I forgot we have a genius on our team. Aviva. Who? You? Henry. Nope. You. Aviva. Shut up. Smiling a little. Henry. I wasn't joking. You're smart. Hey, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings when I said you sound like Minnie Mouse. Aviva. That's okay. Henry. Sometimes my mouth gets ahead of my brain. Aviva looks at Kaylee. You're not the only one. Henry. True dat. Sharon. This assignment has put eggs on my brain. If I was an egg myself, I'd be soft-boiled, my firm outsides protecting my soft insides of gooey, gloppy yolk. Aviva would be sunny side up, nice to look at, but easy to puncture. And Kaylee, she'd be rotten, slimy, stinky, and toxic. I do not like that girl. Kermit's an Easter egg, fun to look at and search for. The frog escaped today. It took all of math and history to track him down. Question: just how exactly does a frog escape during math? Kaylee: Dear Ms. Graham, our egg strategy rocks. I can't wait to see if we win. I assigned Henry to listen to everyone else's strategies. It wasn't like we were going to copy them or anything. Aviva got all stressy about it, but it's called research, right? Then Aviva and Blake brainstormed some of our own ideas. I did both jobs, of course. That's what I hate about group projects. One person puts in all the work and everyone else gets credit. Sheesh. It was my idea. Hey, sounds simple, right? We'll take a bunch of hay from Aviva's barn and pack our box full of it. In the very center we can place our egg. We'll win for sure. I invited my whole group over to my house this Saturday. We're going to do a trial run. There's no rule against that. There's this balcony outside my dad's study, and it's about the same height as the roof of the portables at school. Emily. Status: Dear Hope, I'm trying really hard not to let Kaylee and Aviva get me down. They're practically buzzing about this egg drop thing. I bet Kaylee's parents hired some kind of egg drop expert to coach them. It's never a fair competition when Kaylee's involved. Kai and I made a mini carrier for Kermit so that he can be out of his tank but not totally loose in the room. Kai's been bringing him over to our table group during class. Sharon invited me to sit with her at lunch. Instead of PB&J or turkey on wheat, she brings strange food, like this thing she calls spanakopita, little triangles that look like pastries but have cheese and spinach inside. She let me try a bite. Normally spinach makes me gag, but there were enough spices to cover it up. I always used to think Sharon was weird. She's okay, I guess. I can't see being best friends with her or anything, but she's nice. Also, Cecilia has been stopping by to say hi on her way to the soccer field. That girl lives for soccer. It must be nice to love something so much. Love and luck, Emily. Cecilia. Hola, abuelita. How are your English classes going? I wish you could come be a part of my class. We're doing an egg drop. It's so cool. I guess it's science, but I can't believe this counts as school. It feels more like un juego to me. It's practically a puzzle because eggs are so fragile. The outsides are as thin as paper and even a tiny crack can send the insides leaking through. My team is smart though. All A and B students, including me. We'll come up with a good idea, I'm sure. I love to watch Mommy's face when I bring her my grades. Good grades mean a good university, a good job someday, and a better future for us all. Sometimes I think our family is like that nursery rhyme where the egg falls off the wall and cracks. Mi familia is cracked into pieces and we've landed so far apart from each other. I just hope I can put us back together again. Oh, and I did put a sticky note on the fridge for Mommy. Una sonrisa es algo hermoso. Next thing I knew, Mommy left one for me. Your smile makes me smile. I was so proud of her for writing in English. Words to practice. Conversations equal conversaciones. Puzzle equals rompecabezas. Besos y abrazos, Cecilia. Henry. Scene. Ginormous Richie house, like something from a movie, with a remote-controlled gate around it and tractor mowers for the lawn. 2 kids standing on a balcony throwing eggs off, 2 kids on the ground checking them after they fall. Kaylee yells, "Are you ready?" Henry. So actually you don't have to yell. It's not like you're dropping the egg from the moon. We can hear you just fine if you talk. Kaylee sighs. Henry. See, I can even hear you sigh. Kaylee. I sighed extra loud to make a point. Blake. Drop the egg already. Egg. Thud. Falls in box. Kaylee. Wait! Don't open it! Disappears from balcony, appears a few moments later out front with Aviva behind her. Blake. Open box, pulls out hay dripping with yolk. Ugh, gross. Aviva. It didn't work. Henry. Maybe we packed the hay in there too tight. Kaylee. Don't stress, Aviva. This is why we're doing the trial run. I have another idea. Aviva. Yeah? Kaylee. Yeah. I think we can suspend the egg with my mother's pantyhose. Henry, isn't that Kai's idea? Kaylee, I had it first. 2 people can have the same idea, you know. Kids. Silence. Kaylee, I pinky swear on my puppy's grave that I had the idea first. What? Are you calling me a liar? Kids. Silence. Henry, if I ever run for president, I want you to be my campaign manager. Aviva. Date September 23rd. As long as I've known Kaylee, she's never had a puppy. She never even pets Yoda when she comes over to my house. Out of the 4 of us, I was the only one who knew Kaylee well enough to know that pinky swearing on her puppy's grave meant she was lying. But I didn't say anything. Kaylee would never forgive me if I called her out in front of everyone. Kaylee marched around cutting up a pair of her mother's hose, her face all twisted up like she'd eaten some sour yogurt. I didn't feel right about it all afternoon. The thing was, when we dumped it off the balcony, the egg didn't break. But by the time we got home, my stomach hurt like I was the one who ate the sour yogurt. Blake. The Egg Wars. Team Deviled Eggs. Blake, Henry, Aviva, Kaylee. Team Eggheads. Kai, Sharon, Cecilia, Emily. Let's do what they're doing.